most anticlimactic hair reveal ever. I'm sure you guys could not handle the cliffhanger of last video. You were just dying to know what my hair looked like. Hi, it is the last day of Spookathon. I can't believe it. We made it here. I'm kind of sad. Reading updates because I have kind of adjusted what I'm reading. Yesterday I did start Kill Creek by Scott Thomas. I am still reading this, but it is going pretty slow. Dude, how are you tired? It is noon and we just got up. I'm only like 50 pages into it and this is over 400 pages, so I really don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this today. So I decided to start a different book. This book actually was on my October TBR, but I forgot to mention it in my TBR video. So I decided I would just read it now because I feel like I can get through it pretty quickly. And that book is These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. This book is a YA fantasy contemporary about witches in present-day Salem, Massachusetts. The teen witch, the hot ex, the best friend, and the new crush. The main character is a lesbian and her ex-girlfriend are in the same coven, and something happened where they had a run-in with a blood witch, and now there are bad things happening in their town and they think that the blood witches have come to like get revenge. And yeah, I'm enjoying it so far. I am about 100 pages into it, so I can definitely finish this today. Also, I wasn't really sure if I was gonna mention this. Yesterday, I got some really bad news, and that was why my vlog ended up being shorter than my other ones, and why I maybe seemed a little bit off in it. You guys might not have even noticed. I feel like when I was editing it, I noticed that I seemed off. But today is about not thinking about the bad news and moving forward. That's one of the reasons why I decided to pick this up, because I feel like this is gonna be a lot lighter and more fun than this book. I don't know if I could handle like an actual horror right now. I wanted something that was a little bit more fun. Okay, so it has been a couple hours, and by a couple I mean like 7 since I last updated you guys. I came to my parents' house because tomorrow is my stepdad's birthday and they're having a party, and I just decided to come a day early. But I have finished a book. I haven't really been updating you guys on my reading of His Hideous Heart, but I have still been reading 2 stories every day, and I just finished it today. And I ended up giving this 3 stars, which is pretty much what I have rated almost every anthology that I've read. And with all of them, there were stories that I really liked, and there were stories that were just okay, and then there were some stories that I didn't care for. So anthologies just always tend to be hit or miss for me, and so they always end up getting 3 stars. My favorite story by far was Tessa Gratton's. I just adore her writing, and I have yet to read anything by her that I didn't absolutely love. I did really like how the authors took the original stories and really like made something new with them. So I definitely think that this would be a good anthology to read if you are a fan of Edgar Allan Poe. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it to anyone who isn't familiar with Edgar Allan Poe. I know that his original stories are included in the book, so you can get the context if you're not familiar with it, but I don't know, I just feel like you wouldn't get as much out of it if you aren't already familiar with the stories going into them. I mean, I thought it was a good anthology. It is definitely one of the better collections that I have read. As I've said before, I never really know how to review anthologies without going into every single story, and I don't really know if we want to sit here for that. So I am going to continue reading These Witches Don't Burn. I'm about halfway into it at this point, so I will definitely be able to finish it within the next couple of hours, and I am enjoying it. I was a little bit nervous at the beginning because I was worried that it was gonna be kind of like a second chance romance with the main character and her ex-girlfriend, and I wasn't here for that because the ex is super toxic and manipulative. But I really like that that's not what it is, and there is a romance, but it's with another person and not the ex-girlfriend, and I'm enjoying it. It definitely reminds me of kind of like a mix between Charmed and the Netflix Sabrina. I just really, really like stories about witches in modern day and having to pretend they're not witches and hide their magic from normal people. I don't think I'll ever not like that type of story because I grew up watching Charmed and the original Sabrina. So stories like this just really remind me of those. Oh, but also I got a package that I was gonna open. It's from HarperCollins. Oh, okay. Okay, they sent me Get a Life, Chloe Brown by Talia Hibbert. This is a finished copy. They've also sent me an ARC, which I have started reading and I'm really enjoying. I am planning on doing a video all about Talia Hibbert's books because I am making my way through her whole backlist and I am loving her books. She's definitely become one of my favorite romance writers. Okay, so I just finished These Witches Don't Burn and I enjoyed it. I ended up giving it 3.5 stars. It was definitely good and I enjoyed it. I had fun. It was definitely what I wanted to read today, but I don't necessarily know if it's gonna be super memorable, and comparing it to a lot of the other stuff that I read this week that was amazing, it was fine. So I'm not gonna pick up anything else tonight. So I thought we could kind of just go over everything that I've read and I will do a ranking from my least favorite to my most favorite. So let me move over and I can put up the ranking. I didn't read anything that was 1 star, which is great. So it goes from 2 to 5. So starting at the bottom with 2 stars, we have Kingdom of Needle and Bone by Mira Grant. Did I ever think I would give Mira Grant 2 stars? Nope, but it happened. This book just didn't work for me. This book was about a disease that spread and killed 10 million or 10 billion people very quickly. The ending was great. There was a plot twist at the end that was amazing, and I understand why that information was saved to be revealed at the end, but I know for a fact if I had known that earlier, I would have been so much more interested in what I was reading. But instead I was bored, so 2 stars. Then at 3 stars, there were 3 books that I gave 3 stars. So we have The Bone Houses by Emily Lloyd Jones. I really loved the writing. I loved the setting. The plot was great. It was just the characters that didn't really work for me, but I am very excited to read more from this author. Then we have His Hideous Heart, which I just talked about in this video. Anthologies usually hit around 3 stars for me. And then next, These Witches Don't Burn. This one was really fun. It was light. If you're looking for a spooky book that's not scary, definitely recommend this one. It totally seemed like a CW show or like some sort of witchy show. Then we're getting up to the good stuff with 4 stars, Sawkill Girls by Claire Legrand. I am so excited that I have finally not only managed to finish a Claire Legrand book, but enjoy a Claire Legrand book. I really liked this. The setting was definitely the best part, but I loved all 3 of the main characters and it just really worked for me. I really enjoyed it. Okay, next is The Girl from the Well. This one, on the chart, it's at the 4 stars, but it's definitely higher up than Sawkill Girls. It's definitely a 4.5, maybe 5 stars, but the 2 5-star books were just so good. I feel like this one's more of a 4.5. I loved this. Definitely, if you like the movie The Ring and you would like to see The Ring from Samara's point of view, this is about a girl who was murdered hundreds of years ago and her spirit is left roaming the earth and she takes out her vengeance on people who kill children. And it was great. I really liked it. I have been told that there is a sequel that is even better, so I'm very excited to read that. Okay. Now, the best 2 things that I read this week, both of them got 5 stars. Actually, I think I gave one of them 4 stars in my video, but I have since bumped it up. So you guys might be surprised. And that one is The Monster of Elendhaven. I loved this. It was one of the first things that I read during Spookathon, and I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars in my vlog. But as I've been thinking about it, it was just perfect, and I loved it. And I definitely think it is like the perfect spooky book to read in October. It is short, it is succinct, it is creepy, it is gory. It's just great. It's basically about a monster and a sorcerer getting vengeance on people and falling in love. And it's incredible. And then, without a doubt, the best thing that I read should come as no surprise, and that was The Luminous Dead by Caitlin Starling. this book was just so good. It is everything that I love in horror. It was slow and suspenseful. It didn't need like cheap gimmicks to be scary. It just was scary. And I loved it so much. I cannot wait to read whatever else this author comes out with. So yeah, those were all the books that I read during Spookathon. I read 8 books in a week, which is kind of insane to me because some of these were really long. I mean, overall, I really enjoyed everything that I read. I found at least 4 new favorite books. I really hope you guys enjoyed these videos because I had so much fun daily vlogging this week. The star of the show, the real reason why you guys have been watching all of these vlogs, it's this boy right here. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!